And welcome to Talladega Superspeedway. I need to turn on a filter here very quickly because I was recording some other stuff last night. I need to create another profile for me to use also whenever I do that. So let me turn these filters back on. But today it will be Talladega, and I also got that stuff off my screen. It was a window that was open that I didn't know existed. We'll pull up the qualifying results here shortly. So first will be Greg McConey, second Barry Nelson, third Timothy Yesbrand, third fourth Jimmy Reynolds, Nathan Emerson, fifth, sixth Michael Cap, seventh Trevor Woodward, eighth Chris Lawrence, ninth Frank Chavez, 10th Rick Sanchez, 11th Terry Fennell, 12th Chris Gatzol, 13th Truth Hope, 14th David Overstreet, 15th Austin Norris, 16th Christopher Jones, 17th Andrew Teff, 18th Rick Kennedy Jr., 19th Blake Davis, 20th Troy Thomas, 21st Les Levy, 22nd Eric Howard, 23rd Jonathan Harrison, 24th Alex Henry, 25th Brandon Puffenbarger, 26th Mark Mann, 27th Kinsley Smith, 28th Kyle Murray, 29th Brandon Karaguzian, 30th Steve Castle, 31st Jesse Fox, 32nd Trevor Fettig, 33rd Jack Kelly. And that is all the drivers here today. It is going to be a 85 lap race here at Talladega. So it will be a little bit hectic, probably, knowing just how this track does tend to get. We will have to watch that for sure. This is being dual streamed, so if you see the put on Racers Elite, that is not an error. That is supposed to be there. And I don't know what that image is. There was some random image on that, so that was odd. But I think these trucks are given one fast repair for this session. Yeah, one fast repair, 100% fuel, 100% engine power as the pace truck gets ready to pull off here. And it will be Greg McConey who will be leading them to green. As the flag is in his hands up to start it, and we are underway here. I don't know who that was that just shot off, but somebody just took a wild ride down towards the infield here. So we'll go to a little bit of a higher camera because this is a loud track overall. So I actually kind of pulled my headset up a little bit. I have it set to duck the audio on my OBS, so when they get a little bit loud, you will kind of hear you'll hear it reach a certain level, and it will duck back down on its own. I have it set to do that whenever there's a lot of action going on, or if I get too loud and the game gets too loud. But we did have somebody shoot off. We do have some guys that are down pit road. That is who it was. It was Blake Davis, as he has just KO'd the left side of that truck, and I have no idea where he did that. But he has absolutely destroyed it. Let me make sure there is game audio here. Hold on for a second. I think I may know what it is. There we go. I have it set to only record track 1. So that is on me. We do have game audio now. That's my bad. I had my tracks all separated out, so I've got that fixed. That was again that is on me. You have Kinsley Smith. He's right in the middle. He just set the fastest lap of the race with a 50.90. And that was completely my fault. I don't know why I didn't think about setting the tracks correctly on my recording. I just kind of slipped my mind there. Got 3 lanes that have formed up already. I would have kind of thought that they would form up a lot later than this. I didn't think they would go, right off the bat to straight to 4 wide. I don't know. I just don't see that being a good idea. Or 3 wide, not 4 wide. We can't go 4 wide. They've been 5 wide here a couple of times. But I don't know if you do that here. Really relying, and it's not because these guys can't race. It's because net code and a bunch of other factors that happens. As we got a caution on the track here, as that's something in the back that is less levy. This is before, so what happened to cause this? Les is going to get in the wall. He gets tight and gets in the wall here, doesn't he? And then he gets hit by Kinsley. Yeah, they all get tight, and that's not Kinsley's fault. I'm not going to blame the 62 for that either, but I don't think that this is what caused it. I mean, when I say that, the caution to come out, was that may have been the cause. I didn't see anybody go. I saw somebody go down like to the towards the inside of the wall, but I'm not completely sure what happened. See, anybody will come down pit road. I don't think. Well, no, this is gonna be fuel. This is gonna offset some people. Greg McConey and some other guys will be a little bit off because of that. So the guys that will be off on fuel: Greg McConey, Chavez, Jones, Hope, Gakzol, Henry, Murray, Carguzian, Fettig, Castle, and Kelly will all be off sequence because they chose to stay out here. That'll make it a little bit odd for them. We got 1, 2, 3, 11 stayed out. So we've got the whole rest of the field. If you got damage, get it fixed. I think we've got some people getting damage fixed. The 62 definitely had damage on the rear end of that truck. So we'll have to see how he fares because of this. But 6 laps in, first caution, that was really no one's fault. I'm not going to put the blame on anyone in there. I don't think that Kinsley meant to do that. You just get tight, you go up the track, and then somebody goes to your inside. He's trying to pull it off the wall at the same time, and just somebody happened to be down there. So there's no harm, no foul. There was no ill intent with that at all. I saw a lot worse than that. A lot. I saw somebody get absolutely cleaned out, and that was on purpose, 100%. Lights should go off on the pace car pace truck here. So we'll get to see where they line up. There's so many weird things listed online. I graduate tomorrow, and I ended up missing my practice for it yesterday. I thought today was the 8th. So, yeah, I don't know where I am half the time. I completely had that wrong in the back of my mind. I thought today was the 8th and tomorrow's the 9th, but today's the 9th. I still don't understand how I did that, but lights have gone off on the pace car or pace truck here. Biggest mover so far, these guys that stayed out. Fettig is up 21 positions from where he qualified, so he's done a good job. Car of the 711. I think that might be... Yeah, I would say that's a Detroit Lions paint scheme. Lions used to be the laughing stock of the NFL. They are not. I still think they should have went to the Super Bowl about 2 years ago. They ended up choking that away, so that was absolutely amazing. Yeah, the 49ers absolutely just destroyed. But, hey, that's what happens sometimes. Have to see how aggressive they get. Do they go back to 3 wide immediately, or do they stay pretty calm with each other? It just depends. I don't know. As pace truck will pull in. Marconi will lead them back to the green. Frank Chavez will be to his inside. You don't really want to get a good jump on these super speedways. You want somebody pushing you from behind, because if you do, you will be absolutely left out to dry as the green flag does go back in the air. As you see, that's exactly what Hoke and Marconi did, though. They said, screw that, I'm just going to go. Everybody's staying towards that bottom line, looks like. Somebody forming this second line, though. That appears to be Steve Castle with 78 right there. He's hopped up into that second line, and he wants to make it work. Got the 17 shoving him. That is Jimmy Reynolds, and they're making it work, too. They're coming up to the pack. They're going to get up to third at least here on the outside. And it's only 9 laps into 85-lap race, so I would not be going too hard here. I don't know how hard I'd be pushing. I would be kind of maybe laying off just a little bit, but I would definitely be going for it. But if it puts your car in a bad position, lay off on it. At 57, and we have a caution here. I don't know. Oh, that's a 196. Barry Nelson slides down to the inside. He may have gotten punted going into the corner. Okay, I don't know what that is. Who is this? Gotta find it on the chase cam. That is Kelly. Jack Kelly. His steering wheel get loose or something? I don't. That's when you need a spotter. Either doesn't have his spotter turned on, or he got completely tunnel vision, because he went to the outside of the 7-Eleven that he checked up. He goes to the outside, but the 196 is there. So yeah, that's on. Oh my gosh, that 196 almost flipped. Look at this. Oh, watch this truck go on its side. About pulled a Ryan Priest. Look at it right here. The air gets under it, lifts the truck up, gets on its side, and slams back down on all fours. Keeps it going. It's a good save by him, but that truck was almost over. See, look at that. Oh my gosh, that truck is so close to flipping. Gets back down on the ground. As McConey will come in. So we'll see him come down pit road. Murray, Carguzian, Mann, Kelly, Sanchez, Yisbrand, Kennedy, Thomas, Woodland, Teft, Norris, Les Levy. If you're in the back, it can't hurt. You know, you can pit, get some tires and fuel, and just have it all reset. I would, at super speedways, even when I'm in the back like I am, just come down pit road. Just pit. It's not gonna hurt anything. I mean, people are gonna say, yeah, you could gain track position. I don't know about that. I want the fuel, so so I have a better length than everybody else, and they have to pit when I don't. It's just what I tend to do. And I'm running 2 of these. There we go. Dismiss all that stuff. I'm tired of seeing all that. Got so much notifications from one stream. That'll put Castle to the lead. I'm gonna have to wait for these guys to cycle around. And this is being dual streamed on Racers Elite and Ghost Racing Network. Ghost Racing Network is the parent company of that. So that's the main one that we're going to see here. Turn the logo off there. And this league, Racers Elite, I need to pull up Racers Elite sponsors. Where are these sponsors? Sponsor logos. There it is. So 213simware.com, Speed Zone, Race Control, Moza, GTR. I should have got my sim rig for them. I hate ASR, American Sim Racing. They suck. Admin Box, that is for admins who need hotkeys for black flag clears, all this other stuff. Chaos Designs, paint store. You'd be surprised. There's a lot, almost said Minecraft painters. A lot of iRacing painters. That's for paint schemes on the cars. You can make a good amount. You'd be surprised. These are not easy to make. People do have to sit down and put a decent amount of time into it when they make them. Lights have gone off on the pace truck here. Next time by, they will go green. 12 laps in so far. Yeah, I can tell those are fake. Those are so evidently fake, that's not even funny. But they're not cut right, they're not done right at all. Love that scenic view. That's something Fox would pull up when they're going down to the line. So I'll be actually going to Charlotte the 25th. Coke 600 I'll be going to. That'll be interesting. I've gone to Atlanta, Bristol, and I'll be going to Charlotte this year. I want to go to Darlington too, just because I love Darlington. I love driving that track. His pace truck has pulled in. And the green flag is in the air. We are back underway here. Oh, Lord, we got somebody around. That's the 78. The leader, Steve Castle, goes into the wall. That truck came off the ground again. That's the second time we saw a truck come off the ground. Oh, he just gets clipped by the 57 there. That is all on that 57. Goes to the inside. He gets into Castle's right rear and just turns him. Castle almost flips Hoke. Hoke goes down to the inside wall. Bounces off of it. Will be our third caution here. Good. So Chavez has not come down. Jones hasn't come down. Gaxel hasn't come down. Fettig has yet to come down also. I don't think you hit immediately right after this. That just wouldn't make any sense to do that. I also need to turn that mic up a little bit more. I did a recording of repo yesterday, or not yesterday, two days ago with people I know from high school. And I turned my mic down so it wasn't so loud, so I wasn't maxing out on OBS, because this mic can get pretty loud. It's like a $400 microphone. It's very, very sensitive to anything that happens. But it's interesting, that's for sure. Tyler, I did not even think about that. I normally do that at the start of the race. I don't know why I didn't do that. I think most of them downloaded correctly, though. We'll see here. Yeah, most of them were correct. Was a decent amount that came in. This was towards the back of the pack, though. So they'll be up. Shut up, dog. They'll be up on their fuel. Oh my gosh, Gatsby. That will put Reynolds to the lead. Biggest mover is Brandon Karguzian. The 8 worst ways to waste your money if you live in America. Taxes. 1. That's how you do it. The lights should go off this time by. That will put, again, Reynolds to the lead, Cap second, Lawrence third, Jones fourth, Fennell fifth. That's how they will line up. I feel like I should have went to the Wythe County Relay for Life, but I decided not to. I went against that. I agree, Lee. Not making very smart choices, but hey, that's not my job. Some people will know what I'm talking about. Some people won't. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Not a very good look. I don't understand some of the choices that have been made. But that's not my job, so who cares? So 16 laps of 85. These guys will be going to, let's see if they get 35 laps. Lap 51, you're leading. These guys up front, they will not be going that far. They will be going to about lap 45, possibly a little bit after that. For the people that just came down pit road. Do they do any DUW? I'm kind of confused. What do you mean? Do you mean DUIs on track or what? Boogie, what are you talking about? Do they do any DUW on tracks? I think you misspelled what you were trying to say there. I'm not completely sure what you mean. Do they? Oh, no, they don't do custom tracks. You don't make your tracks in this game. They scan real-life tracks and put them in. There's only one track that iRacing made, but all of these are real-life tracks you can go to. A pace truck has pulled in here 16 laps into the 85-lap race. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway here. We've got another caution here. Who is it for this time? A wreck in the tri-oval with the 7 of Austin Norris. Big checkup. And I think Marconi just got a massive netcode incident here. Nope, he gets ran into the back of by Kinsley. He has a huge checkup. Kinsley can't check up in time. And it's kind of on from there. The 45, 46 can't squeak by. Ooh, he's going to hit this wall hard. Austin Norris has nowhere to go. That 46 almost flips. They go sliding down the track. Guys will get back rolling. Not what I need to go to. Go to that one. What is this? Craft show and food truck rodeo. I might go to that. I don't know. Got some guys that are going to be coming down pit road now because of that. In 19 laps into 85 lap race, these guys have been a little bit too aggressive early on. Cost a decent amount of them. Davis, Emerson, Les Levy all suffered because of it. Oh, what in the world? No, why VR? Let's see what this looks like here. I know Biggles, or I know Dean Hobson. Dean Hobson, Biggles, that's the exact same person. Went by the name of Biggles. I have always wondered how he gets that so clean. But who knows? Probably a little bit of an extra setting that he's got changed. Lights should go off on the pace truck here. So these guys will get green. They get the green flag next time by. When did Toys R Us go out of business? 2018, filed bankruptcy in 2017. I was going to say, I ended up getting Walmart a graded card. There was it's Pokemon cards, but you opened it, you got a random pack and a random graded card. There was a Toys R Us promo from 2016. I wouldn't think that Toys R Us had anything, because I know they were struggling like that. The closest Toys R Us we had to me was like an hour away, probably like an hour and a half away in Johnson City, Tennessee. So you had to go a pretty good distance for that. I did end up pulling a 10, so I'll take that. It will be Caps, Reynolds, Lawrence Jones, and Fennell, your top five, with Goxel leading that bottom line. The pace truck will pull in. Sorry, we'll have the flag in his hand, and the green flag is in the air. We are back underway. That 17 and that 1 are hooked up on that outside. They're going to give it a shot here to get the lead. They want it, and they might get it. Looks like he will. So Jones will shove Reynolds all the way up front. As Reynolds will duck down to the bottom now. Not clear, though, as they're going to scatter behind. And merge unsuccessfully, successfully at the same time. Kind of merge there. They should have wrecked, to be honest with you. But they all hold it there. See the 3 and the 12. And he's stuck in the middle. That's McConey. McConey's having to work his way up from the back now after he lost all those positions. Oh, don't come up. The 16. Lawrence almost doored. I believe that's the 1 of Jones and got him loose. Almost did it, so you got to be really careful when you do that. But Brandon will get a shove up front now. Let's see how far he can go. He's hopped up into that top line. He's got the 46 behind him, trying to give him a little bit of a push now. $17, 404, 707 on the bottom. 16 or 1945 and the 1 up top when they're connected. They're going to get a good run down the backstretch here because of that. They're moving around in that middle line. The 6 is now going to hop up in that top one. That's Woodard. He's got help from McConey. McConey's trying to make his way all the way back up here. They have some help from the 7. The 7 will be getting help from the 04 of Mark Mann now in the back. That very, very high line's not making that much ground. They're going to start moving up, though. So I take that back. They may be getting a decent run. Still try to fight on that outside. They just cannot get the run that they need, though. As that middle lane stacking up, that's going to give them a pretty big run, though, going into the corner. 45's kind of laying back. He doesn't want to get too hot. Doesn't want to get up right on the bumper of the 19 and block that airflow to that radiator, so he's trying to stay off just a tad. 24 laps of 85 done here. That 404 looks like he got a little bit loose there. Everybody else decided to tuck in on that bottom lane. Got some stragglers back here. That 1 is now taking that high line. He's trying to do something with it. That very, very high line's not forming up, though. I don't think they have what they need up there. Just, I don't know. That 6 is, let's see if the 6 can get a little bit of a better shove going, because it wasn't working earlier. He's getting that middle line to work. Finally, he's trying to work his way back up, and he might be getting it here soon. That 01 kind of caused everybody else to scatter behind him. Jones hopped down in that middle line, and they kind of just, everybody panicked after that. They all just kind of started going whichever way possible. Get around them. We'll get shucked out to that high line. That 54 has got to be careful, though. 45's got to be careful, though. Looking at that. Oh my gosh, man. All the way down to the bottom. That was close. He went for it. He was barely clear. Barely clear. That high line's now trying to get formed up again. They got the 7 leading it now. He's getting help from McConey from behind. That 17, though, he's staying down on that bottom. He's getting a pretty good shove there from behind. So I think he's just going to stay there the whole time. I wouldn't blame him. I'd be staying down there too. Oh, there they go. And that's going to be a wreck. I saw that coming. They all get it righted pretty quickly. I don't know. Mark Man's still spinning. I saw that going into 4. I saw somebody down low. And it looks like it was a 45. Kyle Murray. He got a shove, maybe, that offset him. Yeah, that shove got him loose, got him down into the 404. And then... how did that get the 17, though? Oh, he just got the 17 in the rear. And that sets it off from there. You see the 19 tries to go off the ground, sets back down in time. Try the 16. I keep saying the 9. No, that's a 19. 19 this race, though, is not the 19. But you can see it kind of there. Behind, Man goes down through the grass. Everybody else looks like they actually do a somewhat decent job of avoiding that. Not really many cars get caught up in it. Bring out our 5th caution, though, 30 laps in. Yeah, we'll send some guys down pit road. Reynolds, Katz, McConey. All these guys that were up front will now kind of shuffle themselves back just to get on the same fuel strategy as everybody else. Again, it's not a bad idea at all. Exactly what I'd be doing. .3D character modeling. That's cool. So that will put Howard to the lead now. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, December 5th, 2025. When it should come out. Tell you what, they better have Markiplier in that one. I'm gonna be mad. We haven't gotten halfway yet, and we've had 5 cautions so far. That was a pretty good run, though, so that much. So lights should go off on the pace truck this time by. Yeah, there we go. Lights go off on the pace truck. See McConey, Howard, Teff, Sanchez, Karaguzian, and Murray, your top 6. Biggest mover right now is Karaguzian. He's at 24 positions and 4th right now currently. Could be worse. See, pace truck does pull off. So we're going to be entering the Geico restart zone here very shortly. Long way to the start-finish line at Talladega, not in the typical spot. It's actually near pretty much the intro of turn 1 as green flag is in the air. We are back underway. Oh, there we go. There gets turned. That will bring out another caution. The 16 is going to be the cause of that one. We were on board the gearbox camera of Chris Goxel. That 16 just got him. It's not ill intent. He just got him in the rear and turns him, and then it's on from there. 24 gets involved. 16 gets involved, and 90 gets involved. We'll bring out another caution here. 6 cautions, 34 laps in. So I was asked to look at what my GPU usage is. Performance, I'm using 6.8 gigabytes, 67 degrees temperature on my GPU, so pretty low. So that will bring it out. I don't think anybody will come down pit, or that wouldn't make any sense. That was actually more people that I thought would come down. McConey, Sanchez, Teft, Caps, Howard, Norris, all these other guys. I need to find this remote here for a minute. Give me a second here, guys. Way too cold in here, way too quickly. Got a big portable AC that I have in my room. It turns my room into like Antarctica in the span of like 5, or not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes. The temperature drops so quickly. So we'll have some guys that will be, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people out of the race. We currently have 26 still on track. Some are multiple laps down. Just because you're multiple laps down, though, you can come back from that. I've saw people do it. I cannot wait to see all this fester. There are some people that say some stuff that makes me blow my mind. Lights are going to go off on the pace truck this time by, though. Carguzian, Fettig, Fennell, Thomas, Castle will all be in the front row to start it off. Or the top 3 rows, excuse me. Race truck getting ready to pull off here shortly. As it will pull off the track now. So Karaguzian will lead them back to green. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Be pretty big run that's going to be mounted on Karaguzian and Thomas up here. Just because of how far ahead they are, that's not going to be good. Guys will pretty much go 3 wide here. Not sure how it will go, because they've done 3 wide before, and it's been that guy in the middle that's been not the cause of wrecks, but he's been involved in wrecks. They move around a lot, and you get so close together that any movement that's big or small, it just ends up bad for everybody. See somebody's straggling on here. We've got guys a lap down though. 40 laps done of this race, getting close to halfway. Oh, there they go. There goes McConey. Oh, the McConey and the 7-11 into the inside wall of Trevor Fettig. That will bring out a caution down the backstretch into the inside wall. They both go. '92 comes off the wall, hits him twice. And the second time gets him good enough. McConey, innocent bystander. So is the 7-11. They get it back rolling though, but that will bring out our 7th caution. So I have to see who goes down pit road, who doesn't go down pit road. Not completely sure, though. Coney's jumped to the pit, so he apparently blew up trying to get to pit road, and he wasn't going to be able to make it in time. That's probably his night over, sadly for him. What team is Daniel Jones? Oh, Vikings. No, Colts. That's who it is. Man, Hoke, Henry, and Caps all came down pit road. It's really only notable people, but I'll go on mute here before we get back to the green. So it'll sound like you don't have audio, but I swear I'm still here. Oh my gosh. Light should go off this time by. As it will. Hey guys, I'm Tony. I'm gonna see if I'm faster than this mousetrap. Austin Norris, Carguzian, Thomas, Jones, Castle, and Overstreet is your top six. Wait, hold on. I think your top six keeps changing. Need to be there at 9:30, so I gotta get up at 8:30. Take a shower and also the crap. So we've got still a decent field in this race. Not a lot of people have left. I mean, don't get me wrong. People have been wrecked out, it sucks. I don't ever want to see anybody wrecked out. But that's another reason I don't like super speedways, because they're annoying. We're now actually halfway. We just now hit that. That's pretty good to see. Pace truck will pull off here. They will be ready to get the green flag. I'm waiting to enter the Geico restart zone. It's all the way down there. All the way down there. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway. Seven will jump out to a pretty big lead over the 3. At the 19 behind him. What that 3 will do, he's just going to decide to shove a 17. That seems like the smart thing. That middle line is trying to form. See if they can get anything going, though. I'm not completely sure if they will. As they will, though, that 46 will get a good shove by. Overstreet will go to the lead off the bumper of Sanchez. With Sanchez giving him a pretty good shove, as Overstreet will now go down to the bottom. It's going to leave Sanchez up in that high line with Reynolds. Yeah, 64. He's going to hop down to that bottom, but he's not going to be able to get done. And the one tries to come down in time. Will he save it? We are not going to stay green. That one not clear of Jones, and that's going to cause another wreck here. This is a pretty big one. 46, they went down in that bottom line. Or 64, sorry. Went down to the bottom. The one of Jones was not clear, tried to force his way down, and he was not able to make it in time. You'll see it here in a minute. Not clear at all. And he actually had it saved and then got turned from behind. That causes a big wreck there. Takes out a lot of drivers. I don't know what is a Oh. That's what that is. Okay, I don't see who comes down pit road. Kennedy, Henry, Norris all come down pit road now. Pretty decent size is actually coming down pit road, surprisingly. Wait, did I not save that? That's dumb. What? Hold on. Oh, why is that still on there? I opened the 2024 version. Of course I did. See, Reynolds, Sanchez, Overstreet, Lawrence, and Castle will be the front row right now. Makes sense. I don't know why it does that all the freaking time. Always wants to open it in the 2024 version, and it's driving me nuts is what it is. So we'll get the green flag with 40, or at lap 49, I believe. Good old Alex. No one knows what that man is doing half the time. Just scream at the top of his lungs. Lights should go off here, though, so we'll see them line up. Reynolds will take the inside, Sanchez to his outside. We are officially past halfway in this race. Biggest mover right now is Castle, up 23, currently in 6th. So he's done a good job working his way up here. I'd honestly almost stay up here. I don't want to get back in all that junk that's going on in the back. Pace truck will be pulling in this time by. It's going to be entering the Geico restart zone here. And the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway. Reynolds gets out to a good jump over the field. Sanchez might be able to take the lead from him, though, if he decides to jump down into the bottom. I don't think he'll do it, though. It's going to be close. 17's getting a shove from the 46, so he's not going to be able to quite just yet. Still going to fight with him. Third line is trying to form. They've got the 04 of man up top and the 7-11 up there too. Fettig, I don't think they're going to be close enough to help him though, but Sanchez and Reynolds are still going to fight for this lead. They're not going to give it up. I think that they'll need to pit still. I think. I'm not completely sure. Okay, what the... hold on, we got somebody in the back. I can hear tires. That's the 18, no, it's a 90 is around. Somebody else was also around our 9th caution. I heard tires in the very back. The 16. 57 just tries to merge and somebody's down there, and then it's on from that point on. 45's involved, the 90, the 19. I'll get a piece of it. We'll bring out, again, the ninth caution. 52 laps in. We've got 32 laps left. See if these top guys will come down pit road. That might be their last pit stop, too, if they come down pit road. Should be able to make it to the end, so I think we'll see him pit. That's what the 17 does. As he will, so this should be everybody's last pit stop on fuel. He should be good on that. Jones and Howard are going to stay out. They might be a little bit short, though. Caution laps, they could possibly get it to the end. Somebody just spin out on pit road. I could have I think I saw somebody just spin out on pit road. I'm not sure who that was, but I think somebody did just spin out. I don't know how in the world they would have done that. Should get the green on lap 55. Lights should go off here this time by, so we'll just see. As there they go. They will go off. So Howard, Jones, Fettig, Chavez, and Reynolds, your top 5 at the moment. Why are they doing that? So to see if these guys calm down a little bit, they're going to have 31 laps or 30 laps left when they get the green flag. Have these little runs, and it's just somebody makes a small mistake. And of course, that takes everybody else out below them. There's nothing you can do. See, Eric Howard will lead them back to green as pace truck pulls off. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Howard gets to a big jump, though. Don't know if that's a good idea. He's going to get... Yeah, they're going to all come up against him. 7-11 should have a big run. This middle line's going to have a big run, so he might lose the lead here unless he doesn't get blown by. They might decide to pick him up, possibly. I don't know. What are they going to do? They're going to surprisingly not shuck him out, I don't think. Now that one, yeah, there they go. That one of Jones would just go straight by him because that 76, he's so much slower on the bottom. They're going to try to get around Jones, and they're going to shuffle around him. They just had such a big run coming up to him. They're going to scatter in the back, though. Somebody is in the fence. So that's the 92 of Yisbrand, as we have another caution here. This time, I don't know for what. Chris Goxel has apparently wrecked. Went off of 4. And Hope just, Hope gets him, and he turns him right around. See that truck almost come off the ground. It tries to come off and just barely stops right before. As he gets back going. So I think this should get these guys that stayed out to their fuel window because of these pace laps we'll be running. Should is the key word. Lawrence and all these other guys are down pit road. This is probably just for fuel, just to make completely sure. I don't think that they're bad, though. Should be fine. So we'll put Jones, Overstreet, Taft, Fennell, and Mann on the front row. That's the front 3 rows, excuse me. What? You've got to be kidding me. Lights should go off on the pace truck here, though. As it will, as we will have 27 laps left. See how this will go for these guys. See if they can settle down a little bit. They're not doing bad. It's just, again, it's just one incident and everybody else is collected because of it. Okay. Hmm. '99 back here, or the 98, the 46, and the 1 though control the start. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway. Jones will get out to a little bit of a lead here, coming up to 25 laps left. Going into 3 and 4 there. We've got 2 lines. Third line is trying to form, but not much is being put on that outside line, though. McConey is out there trying to make it work, but not working so far. Gonna get another line going up here soon. That's the 50. Gonna be 3 wide here, and 196 thought about going up there and helping him, but he decided against it last moment. So I don't think we'll see that third one be formed quite just yet. 25 laps left here. I'm coming to 24. See how this will go. '46 getting a shove from the 64. McConey's going to try to get to the outside of the 64. I think he's going to be able to do it too. They're going to be 3 wide here. Just a little bit, not too much though. 1 will get a shove from the 98 behind. See how aggressive he wants to get. Not too aggressive. Third line is not really being able to do that much. The only issue. See if that third line can do something. They've got something going up there now. McConey's got the 404 of Caps behind him, shoving him. And Caps has help from Kennedy. So that might work, as they might be able to get the lead here. McConey will for just a second. Let's see if they stay in that third line. I don't think anybody's going to move down. I think everybody's going to stay pretty much lined up behind each other. Still 3 wide here. See how long they can keep this up for. If they get any wrong movement, and this is going to take out a lot of people. Overstreet's still just stuck on that bottom line. Christopher's just going to stick on that bottom. See if that second line can get a pretty big shove. Not completely sure if they'll be able to, though. That 64 is staying pretty close to that 46. It's 22 laps left. Can Overstreet get a good shove here? Jones just sticking to that bottom. McConey staying to that top line. I don't think anything will be happening, though. It's 46 getting out there a little bit further. It's going to be deadlocked between them. Who is going to give that big shove? But these guys also have to be very careful about overheating. If you get too aggressive and start shoving for a long time, you will blow up. See what Jones can do here. When you're leading a line, you are relying on the guy behind you. As McConey has gotten a shove around on the outside. He drops down in front of that 46, and he takes the lead. That 404 is coming, though. Going to get a good side draft there. McConey will hop all the way down to the bottom. It's 20 laps left. See if that middle line can now fight back again. That third line is now broken up. So we're going to go back to 2 lines. I expect to see a third line with about 10 to go. When a third one should form. McCombie's just he's gonna stick in front of that one. He will not be moving. That second line has now gotten formed a little bit. Overstreet's going to get a shove by from Sanchez. He'll go down on the bottom now in front of McConey. Now it's going to leave the 64 up in that high line. He's going to have to get a shove from Nelson. So there's 18 to go. We'll do an onboard here for 5 laps of a different driver when they get back to the start-finish line. Be all gyro cam, so you can kind of see what it looks like in there. As we got a caution as soon as I was going to do that, I heard tires. Troy Thomas went around. He clipped the 57. I don't think the 57 was able to stop in time. He was not. Comes up into the path of the 404. He tows immediately. I heard something on the backstretch there for just a minute. The 7 got into the 90. The 90 is going to hook and just slam the 3. He has nowhere to go. Both trucks try to lift off the ground. The 57 gets clipped here. Alex Henry. As he's already left, so I can't even see what happened to him. But he was not able to lock it down in time. Will that bring people down pit road, though, is a question I have. See how they go with this. I think they should be good on fuel, but if they come down pit road, this is just that's because they were really, really close. You just don't want to run out. And the guys leading will be struggling a little bit more. Some people came down pit road. Jones and these other guys came down, so they're really, really, really close. I think they should be fine though. I will go on mute here before we get the green flag. I'll be gone for just a minute. See, lights have gone off on the pace truck here, so we will see how these guys fare. They've got the green flag this time by. Pace truck pulls in. Green flag will be next as they enter the Geico restart zone. Going to take them a long way to get to that, however, forever. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. $14 laps to go. Let's see who will hop up out of line and try to make a move. 64 is going to get a good shove. McConey's already going to try to form that third line. He wants to get it done and over with here. Very, very quick move. He's only got one other person with him, though. I don't know if that'll work out too good for him. He's going to make it work, though. I don't know how good it can be for him. The 196 will be on the bottom. Hoke will be down there. A little bit of movement. These guys got to watch it. All this movement in the middle can end up getting somebody wrecked. Nelson will now go to the lead off the bumper of Hoke. Hoke is going to have to decide, does he want to stay in line or is he going to decide to hop up and shove? You don't know really what they'll do. I can't find what I'm looking for here. Some people will get really aggressive, others won't. Just depends on what they want to do. Hoke is going to get shucked out as the 64 is actually hopped to the bottom there. I didn't see him do that. Who will be able to make a move? .46. He's got the 04 behind him as they're coming to 12, or they're coming to 11 to go. Going to go down the back stretch here. Only 2 lines. We should see a third form here. Guys are going to be more willing to form a third line as it gets later on. Do not think we'll see most of them stay in that bottom line. Or that middle line, for a matter of fact. Okay, there we go. That 196 got shucked out, though. He's going to try to come back down. The 46 is there, though. He's not going to be able to do it. Hoke has now found his way back up here. He's stuck on the bottom line. .11 to go. Can this 46 of Overstreet make something of it? As Thomas just ran the fastest lap of 50.13. We've got a high line going. The 16 is up there basically all alone. He's got the 196 to help, but he's not going to be able to do much with it. They're almost making contact there, almost in the wall. How aggressive do they want to go with it? .64 and the 55. Still stuck on that bottom line. What do they want to do? Sanchez still going to hold that bottom. We do have a third line that's trying to form just a little bit. What will they do now? Two's up there with the 3, and they've got the 16 working. They're working their way up here, though. These two are deadlocked on the bottom. That third line might be the line that prevails in a minute. They're not really fighting with each other. This inside 10 to go. That 2 might have a chance. Kennedy's getting a good shove. They're kind of just staying there. I expect kind of one more caution, though, because you're going to see a lot of guys just throw their brain out the window. They're going to get really, really aggressive. More or less for no reason sometimes, but now they have a reason to do it. 64 Sanchez, though, he's just sticking to the bottom. Hope can't move out either. He's got nowhere to go. Even if he did want to make a move, he's kind of stuck there. Come off 4 here, get to 7 to go. The 46 have a little bit of a surge. I think Hope should give him a pretty decent shove to the 64 to get him back up there, as he will. Some guys scatter in the back. Somebody may have clipped the apron and got loose and shucked them all around here. It's 7 to go. Then to the wall goes to 7-11. I think that was more of a net code issue, though. I don't think he actually touched it. 46, the 2 were still up in that high, or middle and high line. If you're the 64, you're trying to keep Truth locked in behind you. You do not want that person to have a way out. Looks like they're doing a pretty good job of that. 46 is going to get into Hope just a little bit, going to door him as they go through the tri-oval. It'll be 6 to go now. I'm still looking at this 2. When is this high line going to prevail? When are they going to really light it up? The 3's probably conserving his temps at the moment, letting it get pretty cool. It may not be a bad idea to not shove super, super hard. I mean, these 2 bottom lines are going for it, though. They're not leaving anything to guess. Sanchez getting shoved out there a little bit further. I think these 2 are kind of managing these guys behind them. They don't want them to be able to get a clean shot to him. It'll be the 04 that makes a move, though. He has the freedom. He could hop up in front of this 02, and that could take a big swing at things here. Hmm. 46 and the 64 still up. Still bottom and middle. The 2, though. Oh, there goes the 196 around. There will be a caution here. Nelson goes around as we were coming to 4 to go. Did he try to make a hole that wasn't there? What did he do? Yep, he tried to come down, and the 404 was there. And into the wall he goes. Truck tries to lift, gets back on the ground. It actually doesn't have that bad of damage either, it's considering that he backed it in more than anything else. That will bring us to, I think, a green-white checkered here, though. The 46, he probably did not want to see that. See, we won't see anybody come down pit road. They're going to be good on fuel. If you do come down pit road, you are barely taking fuel here, and I mean barely taking fuel. Yeah, nobody comes down pit road. Not surprised by that at all. You're going to see guys that have damage, that have saved their fast repair down pit road, but not a lot of people will be coming down. You do not want to be coming down at this time and at this time in the race. There's just no point in doing so. I'll go on mute here before these guys get a green flag again. The pace truck is getting ready to pull in here, so it's going to be a green, white, checkered attempt. 12 cautions so far in this 85-lap race. Pace truck pulls in here. The 46 of Overstreet, the 64 of Sanchez will lead them back to green. They need to deadlock these two guys behind him. We're going to see a third lane form here possibly. They're going to enter the Geico restart zone as the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway. See what Overstreet here can do. See if they can get these guys locked behind them. The 04 of Man is not clear though. Who's going to make this third line? Because somebody's going to make it. We're not going to see everybody just sticking up here. Who will be gutsy enough to make another third line? We already have one here being formed. The 3 is hopped up in that top line. That's Troy Thomas, but nothing's really making of it so far. The 17 got shoved up into the third line. I don't think he wanted to go up there necessarily, but he's up there now. The 64 getting a good shove here from Hoke. They're going to be coming through the tri-oval here. Once they get the white flag, the next flag ends it. They're coming through the tri-oval here, and white flag is in the air one more time around. Sanchez and Overstreet here deadlocked middle and bottom lines. Who will be able to get going here? Hoke, see what he's doing. He may be laying off. You get a big run for the 64. Going to be coming with a shove down the backstretch. The 64 almost gets doored by the 2. See what happens here now. 64, can he make a run coming out of 4 here? He's not getting a good shove from Hope. As they're going to be coming off of 4 here through the tri-oval. Will the 64 be able to make a run? Can Man be able to make a run? The 46 hops up in the high line. He's going to leave that door open down there for Mark Mann. It'll be down to the line, and it will be the 46. Barely beats Man. I'm surprised. I did not think he would hop up into that high line or that middle line, but he did. It will be Overstreet who comes home with the win. That was a gutsy move there. Watch him do his burnout. We'll pull up the finishing order. That's the tower. Let me pull up the finishing order here. Qualifying. Let me get the race results. And there we go. So we'll bring in Truth Hoke if he is in there. Get Truth. Drag him in here. Hey, Truth, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home third, fall a little bit short there, but, you know, how did the race go for you overall, though, man? Because it seemed like you qualified 13th, so you were able to gain some positions before this race ended.
Yeah, I battled all race because of a wreck I was involved in, I think, on lap 12. And didn't want to use my fast repair, and it just took me all race to get to where I got all my damage fixed. And just in the right place at the right time, I think.
And so how was, well, I was going to say, So, how was the racing from your point of view? Because we kept having these little spurts and then we get a caution. But, what was going on from your point of view actually being on the track?
Just people not giving room and trying to fill a hole that's not there. I mean, I got a ELO because I didn't lift and let somebody in, and they come across my nose. It's just nobody. Just they try to fit in a hole that wasn't there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw a lot of that. Guys were, I don't know if their spotters just weren't calling it or if they just got tunnel vision to the point that they didn't realize that a guy was there. But I did see a lot of people, cutting across the nose, and I was like, he's there. I don't know why they made that move, but what was going through your head really that final lap, knowing that you possibly had a chance for a win, if a third line formed, because there really it was two lines. I thought we'd see a third one form there towards the end, but it really didn't form. So what was going through your head that last lap?
Uh, I was following. I think he's Rick Sanchez in a '64, and I thought I'll push him and hopefully I can at least get second. Then all at once I seen Andrew behind me, coming off four, and I thought I might as well go for it. What's going to hurt? And so I went to the outside, and Andrew went with me. I think Chris did 2 to 16, and just come up 2 spots short, but it was still a good race.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife for supporting me in this, Andrew and Racers Elite putting this on. My team, the Misfits, Troy, Jesse, Chris, Alan, and them, and you guys for broadcasting and race control. I don't know his name, but he done a good job tonight too. I know he had a lot on him.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
Thank you very much.
It was Truth Hope, the third place driver. We will bring the second place driver in Mark, man. Hey, Mark, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Dude, what's up, man?
Man, so you almost stole it there at the line from Overstreet. It was 0.008 of a second. What was going through your head really coming through the travel? Because I did not expect Overstreet to move up into that middle line there, and I thought you had a really good shot at it, and you were really close too.
Well, I was pushing David, and we were working together tonight. We were in the same channel, team channel. I've been racing with David for years, so my whole goal was to just kind of push him to the win. I really wanted him to win that race, and Richard Sanchez was in our channel as well. There was only 4 of us tonight with Jimmy Reynolds, and we saw the outside coming very quickly with a head of steam, and David made that last second decision to block that. Well, not block it, but just stay in the middle for that momentum, and he made the right call and edged me out there at the line. But yeah, I mean, I would have taken it if it was there. So it was a fun race. Little bit of a caution fest there, but we straightened it out on a couple good runs. But like to see everybody clean it up the next race over here, and I think we can. But it was a good turnout, and it was a lot of fun.
You pretty much answered every question I had there since you did that. Is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, man. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys got a good broadcast. I like watching the races back when I get a chance. And Racers Elite, all the admins behind the scenes who do all the work to give us a place to race on Friday nights, and all the guys I raced with tonight. And congratulations to David Overstreet.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home second tonight, man.
Thanks, brother.
It's Mark Mann, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner and David Overstreet. Hey, David, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Sure do. Gotcha.
And so you barely get it there at the line. What was going through your head that last lap, and especially through the tribal, because I did not expect you to move up there to block that middle line.
Well, I didn't know who it was, but I saw the second line had a huge run coming, so I just I knew Mark didn't have too much help behind him, so I knew I could hold him off if I needed to. So I just pulled to the right, and I didn't know if that was a great move or not, but made it work. So.
And so you were pretty much competing up there since the caution before that too. But how was the racing from your point of view? Because it seemed like we had a lot of guys that it was all take, and we just had a lot of just like, I don't know if they just got so tunnel vision that they didn't hear their spotters, but what was going through? Like, how would you say the racing was?
It was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. I was, 11 seconds from going 2 laps down, so came back to run up in top 10 most of the rest of the half the race. So, but I don't know. I don't really know what was going on out there really, but it seemed like it was a pretty rough one.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that were cutting down. People were there, and it's kind of just like, I think some people were getting tunnel vision, or their spotters were just
Or
not
they're getting
saying.
tired.
Yeah, that is true. We did start this race at 9:35, and it's 12 o'clock now, so it was a long race. But I'm not going to keep you here any longer. Is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching tonight?
Yeah, thanks to the guys that were at Racers Elite and all the admins for putting the race on. Ghost Racing Network for broadcasting, and Mark Mann, Jimmy Reynolds, Richard Sanchez, and I even got to throw Les Levy in there, even though he bailed on us. But overall, it was a pretty fun night. Now I got to go to bed.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
All right, thank you guys.
Where it's been a long race, I'm not gonna say the finishing order, but y'all can see the finishing order up there on the screen. I'll scroll through a little bit more of it on that, so you can see where your driver possibly finished. But and it's 12 o'clock. I have graduation. I have to be there at 9:30, so I will let you all go.